Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to US 4567. So I'm back at Hickory's Park in Owego, New York today, which is part of the Captain John Smith Chesapeake National Historic Trail, which runs along the river here. So as long as you're within 100 feet of the river and on public property, you're in the park. And I'm clearly, the river's literally right there. So today I am running the antenna I've been running a lot lately. So that's the Wolf River Coils Silver Bullet with the 17-foot whip. I'm on the Gable tripod today, and I've got the setup I've been using a lot lately, which is both Faraday cloth and some radials. Today we're back with the CFT-1. So the last time I had this radio out, we thought it was finished, but we found it, well, Jonathan found a bug in the code. Several of us have been talking about missing DAWs, and so after some digging, he found a bug in the code and was able to fix the code so that now this thing sends perfect code. I'd go to squeeze a K and I'd get an N unless I was really intentional about my sending. He fixed that now and it's beautiful. So I apologize if it's a little loud today. So I forgot all about it, but there's a car show here today. You may see, but right now there's just a bunch of regular cars pulling in, but you may see, there's like an old Mustang down there pulling in, but you may hear some loud cars pull in as more cars come into the car show here. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. So the car show itself is way down that way, but the road into the park, well, in fact, you're going to see a couple cars passing me right now. It's just a Camaro, but then there's this cool old truck. All right, but anyway, like I said, you may hear some loud cars as they come through. All right, so just be prepared for that. I apologize in advance. I am right next to the bridge and the highway also, so this is a noisy place, but it's easy to get to from a house and it's easy to activate at. But I totally forgot about the car show today. So anyway, let's get in the air and make some quick contacts here. I'd like to get in and out and done pretty quickly here. I don't want to dilly-dally. I've got a lot of stuff I got to get done today. So let me get you guys set up on the table here. Again, like I said, I'm running the CFT-1 today, and I'm running a Begali key. Get you guys all in frame here. I'm on 7.060, I believe. Let me check. Yep. And I've been listening for a few minutes, and it sounds clear. I'm leaving the key speed menu open so that if I need to change key speed and QRS for somebody, I can. That's one of the cool things about this radio is you can operate from in the menu. I apologize if the camera's bumping around a little bit, but so like I said, I've been listening for several minutes and haven't heard anybody on here, so. All right, I think we're clear. Let's go ahead and call CQ. Let's see if we hit the RBN here. Yep, just hit the RBN. See what our spots look like. One whole spot up into Canada so far. Let's make sure I actually got spotted on POTA. Yep. Sorry about the bumping table. And one. That's Brian, N1BS. He was way down the noise. Dave. Key slid around on me a little bit there. That's 3 right in a row. Let's see what else we can get. So I'm really a big fan of this radio now that everything's, all the firmware squared away and everything's at production level now. This radio is absolutely fantastic. This might be one of my, if not my favorite, little QRP CW radio. Oh, there's a Cayman coming in just like mine, only black behind me. K4P, SP. Good signal reports this morning. So far, so good. What's that, 5 or 6? 6? All of those are frequent flyers. Need 4 more. Whole pile of cool stuff coming in now. We got an old Cougar, and a Chevelle, and a Tri-5, an old Chevy truck, cool dune buggy thing, 67 Camaro. Man, that slowed right down to nothing, didn't it? Let's see what our RBN spots look like. Let me find the RBN, there it is. I'm getting out okay. Down to North Carolina, over to Maine, Ohio. We'll call CQ for a little while here on 40. If we don't get any more bites, we'll move up. Maybe a 30 or 20. Just watched a blue heron pull a fish out of the river here. Eric. Go to York. Oh, we need one more for valid activation. So far, these are all common call signs that work me. So 40 meters this time of day is fairly short. It's currently about 8:26 a.m. So, whoops. Now is when 40 starts shortening up a little bit. I like to get one more in 40, get a valid activation, and then if I want, I can QSY up to 30 or 20. Tuning this antenna only takes a second, so. W4. North Carolina. He's fading. Oh, QSB took him out. Wow. And that QSB just absolutely took him out. Oh, he's back now. Man, that QSB took him absolutely out. That was crazy. All right, we'll call CQ a few more times. We've got our 10. It's nice because I've got on memory 1 and memory 3, which are on the left side, I've got the top is CQ POTA, the bottom CQ SOTA, and then memory 2 is the thank you and 7.2, and memory 4 is QRZ. That way I can log and just hit my memories at the same time. That's one of the nice things about this radio is it's got 4 separate memories. You don't have to go into any menus to send memories. There's no multiple button pushes. It's just push whichever button you want to send. And if you hold it, it will beacon. So, like I said, this radio is really well thought out. Jonathan did a really good job of thinking through all the menu functions and everything on this. Make sure you guys can see everything well here. It's been really interesting being part of the beta team, testing this radio and watching it from its infancy and its design stage all the way through a current, basically finished product. Like I said, up until the other day, the last 2 days ago, I guess, was the last firmware update. And I think it's pretty much ready to go. So by the time you guys see this video will be public. Well, we'll call CQ a couple more times here on 40. If we don't get anything, maybe we'll wrap it up. Like I said, we've got our 10. It's a valid activation, so I'd like to get 1 or 2 more in the log. Might need a QSY up to 20 to do that, though. 30, I don't get a lot of bites on 30. I could try 30, but... All right, we'll call CQ 1 more time, and maybe we'll switch bands. I think I'll just go straight to 20. All right, let's QSY to 20. go ahead and shut this thing off for a second. Let's change my spot and just say QSY 20. And we'll see what 20 is like. Okay, KB3 EOF was a park to park, it looks like. Respot, QSY, 20 meters, spot. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys running. You can watch me tune the antenna up here. So we'll go ahead and bring you up. You may not be able to hear me real well because once I walk away from the camera, this microphone doesn't do the greatest job of picking me up, but we'll try. Use this Pelican case to weight my seat down here. All right, get our nano VNA out, disconnect our coax. Like I said, tuning this up is pretty straightforward. I could just take the coil out and run just the whip, but that's more work than it's worth at the moment. I think I'm just going to tune it with the whip in. So we're going to go recall 20 meters. Take as much coil out of this thing as we can. Want this resonant around 14.060 maybe. Start shortening the whip. Too much. A little finicky to tune sometimes. Going the wrong way? It shouldn't go the right way. Going. Little changes make a big difference on these things, so. Better than like 2 to 1, which is weird. I've got a little tuner with me I can put in. All right, I'm just gonna throw the tuner in, I think. I don't feel like messing with this all day. I've got it about 2 to 1, but in order to get it, easiest thing to do would be take the coil out, but I don't feel like messing with that right now, so we're just gonna run the tuner. This will make life infinitely easier. So we're gonna go in. Hook our coax up to the tuner. Like I said, this is normally, if I wasn't worried about time, I'd take the coil out, but again, for simplicity's sake here, I'm just gonna throw the tuner in. Turn the tuner on. This little ATU-10 works so well. So let's go ahead and QSY. Let it tune up. I'm on 14.060 now. .08 to 1 SWR. Okay, just hit the RBN. My spot is changed on POTA. Let's see what we can get. Like I said, we've already got our 10, so I'd like to get a few more though. Let's see what the RBN looks like for 20 meters. Not great. I'm getting California and Illinois. Not particularly amazing SNRs either. Well, if we don't get any, we don't get any. Not a huge deal. We'll call CQ for a minute, see what happens. Still got lousy spots on 20 meters. What's the solar stuff look like? Let's take a look. I wonder if the sun's angry at the moment. That would explain things. Oh yeah, the sun's very angry at the moment. Well, we'll see. We'll call CQ a couple more times. If we don't get anybody, we don't get anybody. They go like this sometimes. Like I said, I'm running QRP. Right now I'm running QRP through a tuner into a compromised antenna, and we've got solar flares going on, so we've got the entire world working against me at the moment. NE5A. Yep. I heard a K in there. KI1V. He's so far down there. Florida. Oh, Little Red Express coming in. All right, we'll try a couple more and then we'll wrap it up. And you don't see those very often. Pretty rare truck. We'll call CQ a couple more times. Like I said, if we don't get anybody else, we'll wrap it up. I'm not gonna sit here all day and call CQ with the solar conditions being the way they are. Especially not on a QRP rig. Two more. All right, last one. Like I said, if we don't get any bites, we don't get any bites. We've got 12 on the log. It's a valid activation. I figured it might be a little slow today. I got a little bit later start than I wanted to today, so. All right, I don't hear anybody. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Okay, so like I said, this little radio is really quite nice. I mean, the layout is good, the size is great. I've got it leaning up against a little talent cell battery that puts it at just the right angle. But like I said, it's laid out really well, right? You know, you got your menu button, you've got your 4 memory playbacks, which makes it easy. So like I said, that's CQ POTA, that's CQ SOTA, that's thank you in 7.2, that's QRZ. There's your band button just to change bands. You just hit that guy, right? Our memory or our menu. We go into the menu. Our very first thing, I showed you this before, CW speed. We can change our keyer mode, our CW pitch, which I love, our paddle direction, our messages, our beacon interval, our beacon timeout, our LCD, we can turn it on and off, and then we got a calibration menu. It's a real simple radio to use. It's very intuitive, it's very well laid out. He did a really good job building this radio. So at any rate, everybody, like I said, today was a little slow, but that happens sometimes. But I really do appreciate y'all watching. I've been trying to get out and do more activations as I have time. This summer's been kind of crazy. I got to do 5th grade CTE summer camp for the next 2 weeks, so I don't have a ton of time for the next 2 weeks. My intention is to get out towards the end of July and into August and do a pile of activations. So we'll see what happens. But at any rate, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And as always, until next time, 7-3.